About investing, the poor, they spend all money, so they don't have money to invest. So forget about talking about investment. They have no money. But the funny thing is, when they have no money to invest, they have money to gamble. They have money to buy lottery. They have money to buy 4D, 3D, go to Genting and gamble a few thousand ringgit. Go to the ship cruise. Drink alcohol. Then smokes, all these money burning activities. They have money, but when it comes to investing, no money. Oh no. Okay, so that's the poor. That's the poor.
Yep.
I'm telling you from experience, from my family's experience, mainly from my family's experience. So in that sense, I was lucky to see one category, which is the poor, and the middle class is actually most people. So in that sense, wherever you meet, you can see they are the middle class. Okay, the middle class, they will say, investing is risky. Sounds familiar, not Casey?
Yes.
Every time people say investing is risky, actually, actually what they mean is they mean speculating or gambling is risky. But the problem is that they can't differentiate between speculating and investing. That is why in my first, I think in my Bursa Method, the first video, I talk about the difference between investing and speculating, or something like that. Yeah, in one of my videos, which I think is very important, because you have to know the difference between that two first. Whether are you speculating or investing. If you still cannot differentiate, then just follow my mother's definition. Very simple. My mother's definition is anything can win money and can lose money. Either or is gambling or speculating. Investing, if you really invest the right way, you cannot lose money. Not doesn't mean all the time you cannot lose money, but as a whole, you cannot lose money. Just like a casino, if you are the casino owner, individual round you might lose, but as a whole, when you combine all the tables and you spread over years, you cannot lose based on odds and probability. Okay, and the rich will say, instead of they say investing is risky, the rich will say, not investing is risky.
It's a good one.
And the thing is, why do they say not investing is risky? Why do you think so?
Yeah,
the
audience probably give you a chance to type in the chat box.
Yeah.
Why is the risk saying that not investing is risky? What do you think about that?
Yes. Why do they say not investing is risky?
They probably need some time for them to type. Okay, we got the first answer from Steven. Steven said, inflation eats our money away.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Correct. Very true. If you don't invest, your money will be eaten by inflation.
Oh, this said by GS, sorry. And then Steven said inflation risk. Pengku say invest in a thing you now know is risky. You not know.
Yes. Yes. Correct. So why not investing is risky? Because if you don't invest, basically your money will be in savings account or FD. FD invest or EPF take EPF, where you look for all the guaranteed things and so forth. First of all, your money will be eaten by inflation. Secondly, you face another risk, which is you don't have enough money risk. The risk of having not enough money. In that sense, not enough money for your kids' education, not enough for your retirement, maybe not enough also for your parents' hospital bills in the future, and maybe your own bills, your own hospital bills in the future as well. And if you talk about insurance, the insurance might be so costly that you can barely afford to pay, because you're unless you plan to work for life. But then even if you plan to work for life, you still face another risk. That is number one, whether people will still hire you or not when you're old, and secondly, whether can you still work or not when you're old. So in that sense, even if you don't invest, you are already facing another risk already. Actually, many risks. So in that sense, to the rich, not investing is also a risk. And recently, I realized that there's also another risk of not investing, is if you don't invest, then your money will grow so slow that in case if you got into an illness, then you cannot work anymore. And at that time, when you cannot work anymore, all the financial goals all are not met, and you have financial liabilities. So that becomes even worse. So investing is actually expedited all these things. If you do it the right way, not speculating or gambling, investing. Okay, so let's go to the next one. About job security.